murdered at her Mackellar home on Saturday night had been tortured for up to 2 hours.
Officers described the horrific crime as the most cowardly they've ever seen.
The brutal killing of 72-year-old Irma Palasics was one of Canberra's longest-running cold cases.
This is a picture of my grandmother. Please, if you have any information at all, we would appreciate your help. Thank you.
Her family spent years making sure her face was a fixture on the city's streets.
For so many years, for decades, we had just thought that the people who had done this to my grandparents lived amongst us.
Now, more than 20 years on, new tech has turned old evidence into a breakthrough. Irma and her husband Gregor Palasics came to Australia in the late 1950s after fleeing communist repression in their homeland of Hungary.
Looks like a bit of a
She looks
riddle,
quite young. They only came out with their clothes on their backs, that's all they had, and their passports.
They ran a successful kitchen business and were popular members of Canberra's Hungarian community. Then the break-ins began.
In the first burglary in 1997, we believed that they had become knowledgeable of the fact that the Palasics were hiding money under their house.
While Irma and Gregor were at a local Hungarian club, the thieves broke in and stole $100,000 in cash.
I said, "You what? What the hell are you doing with $100,000 down under the house?"
I remember she would buy these Danish biscuits and there would be like 5, 10 tins, and the first couple would be still biscuits, and then the third one you open up the tin and it was full of $100 bills that were rolled up in the tin. They just felt more secure having the money with them, and you can appreciate why, because when you leave a country with nothing, they didn't trust the bank.
No one was ever charged. Then, a year later, there was another break-in.
72-year-old Irma, too afraid to show her face, is a victim of the growing crime of home invasion.
Irma was attacked as she went to her lemon tree.
I said, "Don't kill me, don't kill me," and I screaming.
You can imagine how unsafe she felt at that place.
They moved across town to the suburb of Mackellar.
So they moved there, they thought they'd be safe. The rest is history.
Police emergency.
Hello?
Yes?
My name is Irma Palasics. Somebody broke in, killing my wife.
Someone broke into your house?
Yeah.
And did what?
They're killing her.
They're killing her?
Yeah.
On the evening of 6 November 1999, 2 masked men broke in. By the time they were gone, Irma was dead.
I've been sort of numb about it all. I don't think I still believe it.
It was, brutal because of their age, but also just because of the completely senseless nature of it.
They left with $30,000 that Irma and Gregor had gone to great lengths to hide.
The money was within a hidden compartment that was within the cabinetry near the oven in the kitchen. It was not immediately obvious if you weren't aware of it.
Forensics officers combed the house for 8 days. The investigation would continue for years.
There was approximately 331 persons that had been looked at, family members, associates, the local criminal network.
The case hit a dead end, but the police had kept a secret. The 2 intruders had left something behind, and a new team reopened the case in 2019.
The forensics officers were advised by Gregor that when he'd been restrained, he'd seen one of the crooks drinking from some sort of container from the fridge.
What they found was critical.
2 DNA profiles, one on the rim of a 3-litre milk container and the other on a water container.
The DNA breakthrough identified a Melbourne man with a criminal record.
Steve Fabrizi's DNA had been taken as a convicted offender sample by Victoria Police. He'd been convicted of conspiracy to hijack effectively a truckload of cigarettes.
One DNA match wasn't enough for an arrest. A bit of profiling was required. Police set up an undercover sting.
We became aware that Mr Fabrizi was planning a holiday to Hungary. The undercover scenario, we clearly needed to initiate contact with him, and Hungary provided that opportunity.
Mr Big is a sting operation, first used in Canada, where a target is drawn into an elaborate fictitious criminal group and given tasks. Fabrizi was even paid $10,000. The method's controversial. Did you think twice about it?
There's a multitude of court cases that have confirmed that it can be achieved in a manner that is consistent with, what we say are human rights and the legal principles. And that's what we did.
The operation took 8 months. Then the stage was set for the crucial meeting at Melbourne's Crown Casino.
The final scenario is the presentation of the evidence that supports the allegation of his involvement in the homicide, and there's an offer made to him of assistance being able to be provided.
Then Fabrizi admitted he and a man identified as Joseph Facconi had driven from Melbourne to Canberra and straight back. He told the undercover police,
"I never murder anybody."
But you were there.
I help him, yes. We went for the money, not for murder.
Fabrizi denied knowing Irma Palasics had died. What police needed then was Joseph Facconi's DNA. He too took off on a holiday. Police followed him as far as Queensland before they got what they wanted.
We were able to retrieve a coffee cup that Mr Facconi had used, and we put that in for analysis, and that proved to be a match to that DNA profile from the water container.
It also matched a balaclava from an earlier home invasion where Irma was attacked. Steve Fabrizi was arrested at home in Melbourne in September 2023.
I think the penny had dropped, that the syndicate were all law enforcement.
Detective Salio later knocked on Joseph Facconi's door. The DNA was confirmed and both men sent to trial. Steve Fabrizi kept to his story, admitting he was there but denying any involvement in the violence. Joseph Facconi maintained he never came to Canberra. Both men were charged with murder but found guilty of manslaughter and a raft of other charges in April. Facconi, who has been diagnosed with liver cancer, was found guilty of the attack on Irma in 1998. If you didn't have this breakthrough, would it have remained a cold case?
I think we can say that if it wasn't for the National DNA database, it's unlikely that this would have ever have been solved.
The men will be sentenced in August.
We still don't know how they found out about my grandparents. And that's something that still haunts me today, not knowing if there is still somebody in the community that knows who told them, who brought them here, and for what reason.
What really upsets me is that they are Hungarians. That really puts a knife into my heart. That really hurts.